What's up, family? Welcome back. What if the person you need to forgive isn't holding you hostage anymore, but the memories are? And what if the exhaustion you feel isn't from what happened, but from carrying it every single day afterwards? We don't talk enough about how resentment becomes background noise in our lives, how it quietly steals peace, how it keeps conversations alive long after they have ended. Today, we're talking about forgiveness, not as something we do for someone else, but as an active self-liberation. Because sometimes healing doesn't begin when they apologize. It begins when you decide you're tired of reliving the pain. And maybe peace is waiting on the other side of letting go. See, resentment, it's heavy. It doesn't always show up as anger. Sometimes it looks like replaying conversations in your head. Sometimes it sounds like silent arguments you keep winning in the shower. Sometimes it feels like emotional exhaustion you cannot explain. When someone hurts us, a part of us believes holding on to pain protects us. We think, if I stay upset, I won't forget. If I forgive, it means what they did was okay. But forgiveness is not approval. Forgiveness is release. See, resentment keeps the moment alive long after it ended. And every time we revisit it, our nervous system relives it again. So the real question becomes, how long do I want to carry something that has already happened? See, forgiveness is self-respect. Forgiveness is often misunderstood as a weakness, but choosing peace over pride is emotional strength. Being a bigger person doesn't mean abandoning your boundaries. It means refusing to let someone else's actions control your inner world. You forgive because your peace matters more than being right. You forgive because healing requires space, and resentment takes up too much room inside of you. Forgiveness says, I choose my mental clarity over this emotional chaos. Sometimes healing also asks us to look inward, not with shame, not with self-blame, but with honesty. Maybe you reacted from pain. Maybe you said something you wish you hadn't. Maybe both people were hurting at the same time. See, apologizing when necessary isn't losing power, it's reclaiming integrity. A silent apology sounds like, I understand how my actions affected you, and I'm committed to growing. You don't apologize to shrink yourself. You apologize to align yourself with whom you are becoming. See, growth requires accountability. Here's something important I've learned. Forgiveness doesn't require access. You can forgive someone and still choose distance. You can release resentment and still protect your peace. Healing sometimes looks like compassion from afar, because forgiveness is internal work, not relational obligation. One thing I've learned is unforgiven pain becomes internal noise. It shows up as anxiety, overthinking, emotional fatigue, difficulty being present. When you forgive, you're not erasing memory, you're removing emotional charge. You stop carrying conversations that are no longer happening. You stop arguing with ghosts. And suddenly your mind becomes quieter, lighter, safer to live inside. Here's a gentle practice that I like to go by. And you'll follow along with me. If you're reading this or listening to this, try this. Close your eyes and say this. I release what I cannot change. I forgive so I can be free. I choose peace over replaying pain. You don't have to feel it fully yet, but forgiveness often begins as a decision before it becomes a feeling. See, forgiveness is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself. Not because people always deserve it, but because you deserve peace. You deserve a mind that rests, a heart that isn't guarded by old wounds, and a life not shaped by past hurt. See, letting go isn't about forgetting, it's about choosing freedom. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs permission to let go. And remember, healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about releasing what was never meant to stay. Until next time, protect your peace and take care of your inner world, and I'll talk to you soon.